Craig, senior Allie Huffman, junior Brady Henderson. What general initial first thoughts about the game?
I'm thrilled that we're in the finals. Okay, for us, it's a very hard thing to accomplish all the steps you need to do to get into this final match. And the temptation for us, because of the natural rivalry with Washburn, is to focus only on Washburn rather than the intermediate steps to get there. You could say you're doing it, but the focus for a lot of the players has been to get to the finals, to play Washburn again. And so whatever happened, we were able to get that accomplished. And it wasn't easy either night, because I thought both teams made us play very, very well. That team tonight did a terrific job. I gotta say, 12 kills, no errors, and 27 swings. You guys, that's terrific volleyball. I don't know who can do that. And to do that in the semifinals of a regional championship, that's awesome. And so they made us play good enough to win the match. And I thought that was what was the great thing about the match, because we had moments of brilliance and flashes of excellence, but really it was just a steady, workmanlike, grinded out kind of volleyball match where I felt like at the key points of games 3 and 4, we pulled away when we had to. So.
Questions? Obviously, like you said, the sets were pretty close throughout the game. There's 31 tie scores total. Kind of talk about your players' mental toughness to edge out this last few points of each game, each set.
The last few points. I thought we edged out the third set when we went back to serve, and it was probably 14-14, and the next thing you know, it was about 18-14 in that third set, and then we were able to maintain that lead. So I thought that's where it was in the third set. In the fourth set, it was 20-20, okay, and the side out, in terms of the choices of who we set. When I look out there and I see Paula and Allie in the front row at the end of the match, I go, okay, this is what I would want in terms of having my two seniors out there who have the most ownership of this team. And so for me, that's a very comforting thing. And then when you can score that first point after you side out to make it 21-20 and then score again to make it 22-20 and then force them to take a timeout, then I think that you have the team has the sense that they have it within their grasp then. And so from that point on, I thought that the play was extraordinary in terms of not beautiful, but very, very determined, and the effort that they put forth, trying to run into the stands and stuff like that. So that's all you want as a coach, to have them go out there and try as hard as they can to try to win the match. And so that was terrific.
Coach, at the end of set one, you were all over the official, the net judge.
I was?
What was that about?
All over the down ref. Let's see, what did he do? I don't know. I really felt like the down ref was very, I'll choose my words very carefully. He was ultra businesslike, okay? And when you do that, you create unnecessary conflict, and I don't think there needed to be any, but in terms of looking at me when I needed to have a timeout. He missed the timeout early on when I wanted one, and I just looked right. He looked right at me, and I called timeout. He goes, I didn't say anything, and I go, you were looking right at me. And so just the minor intricacies of how that's supposed to work. When we're switching sides, he didn't give me my lineup sheet. So just minor things like that. It wasn't anything really significant.
Their coach talked about the match come down to matchups. How were you able to get the matchups?
Well, they started how we projected they would start, okay, and we won the first game. And then they made a minor switch to change the matchups. And all I did was rotate backwards one to have a different server first. I thought number 3 was that little jump, float, sideways serve she had was terrific. But that made a different matchup for us for number 5 and for number 12, the outside hitters. So then I rotated in game 3 to get the matchups that we had in game 1, presuming he would stay the same. You never know. He did. So that matchup worked good in game 3 and allowed us to pull out in front. I really wanted Kelsey Ortworth in front of number 12, if I had the option. And then I put our best team out there. I really like it when KO is our first server, when we rotate to serve. So I put our best team because I did not know what he would do in the fourth game. And I really wanted to wait to see what he did in the fourth game so that if we go to the fifth game, then I can make the switch in the fifth game, not the fourth game. So, yes, the matchups were critical, I thought. And really, number 5, I thought we did a great job on number 5, but I thought number 12 I don't know how many kills she had. 16 kills. Holy cow, that's a terrific. And I don't know that she hit that many balls very hard. She just hit the ball in the open spot of the court all the time. So.
Allie, can you just talk about your confidence level right now?
I'm pretty stoked to be in the finals again for the second year in a row. Actually, I guess third year in a row. Third year.
Yeah.
But second year in a row against Washburn. We played them last Friday for during conference, and I thought we played really well against them. And I don't know. I'm ready for tomorrow night. I think it'll be a very good match.
Do you think it's an advantage or disadvantage playing a team like Washburn so close together just a week apart?
I don't know. I don't know if it's either. I mean, it helps us that we're at home. That helps a lot, and I think there'll be a lot of fans tomorrow night, and that helps too. But just for us, like with our confidence, and I don't know, it'll be a very good match.
I think with all the emotion that goes into every time we play them, and then being at home, having fans' emotion helps. I think that'll be a great advantage for us.
In a game like that tomorrow night against Washburn, a team that you've played so many times, when you know each other so well, what does a game like that come down to?
Well, I know what it comes down to. Both teams side out at a high percentage. Both teams have lots of offense. And so both teams are able to side out almost at will. And if they don't, it's usually because the other team forced an error rather than them making an error. You saw Angelo tonight. I don't know how many unforced errors they made. They made very few, and they made us work hard to keep the ball in play too. Tomorrow night, the team whose side-out offense breaks down first will be the team that loses the match, because the ability for us to not get caught up in the fact that it's 6-3 early in the match, but just keep siding out, and the team that's able to do that the best will win the match tomorrow. And when we play them, even the losing team is siding out almost 60% of the time when we play Washburn. And so the winning team is siding out at a higher percentage than that. So that's really quality volleyball, and that's what I expect tomorrow night.
Brady, maybe you can talk about this and then Cliff can follow up. Taylor has a big arm. Paul has an overall good offensive game as well as Allie, and you have a good tip game. Let's talk about how versatile you are up front as a team.
Well, kind of like I was talking to Coach Chrissy about this. Actually, Paula is such a threat and swings hard, and she's hard to defend against. And I think I use that to my advantage. So when all the defense is on their heels or back, that's a perfect opportunity to tip and find the open spots. More of a strategic thing as opposed to I don't have as heavy of an arm, so that's to my advantage, and it helps with all the great hitters we have, and I can just do my job to throw them off every once in a while.
No, and that's really what we do. But we ask Paul to do a different thing than Brady. Paula, when she runs that 1 foot to attack from 1 foot behind the setter, that's a relatively slow developing play. And so the defense has time to get set, and then she hits it hard, and everybody takes their chances and see who wins, the defense or the offense. Brady, on the other hand, what we ask her to do is more technique. We ask her to turn around and be available in front of the setter all the time. And that requires a tremendous amount of work ethic. And then you don't get set quite as much. So when you do get set, the timing is much more difficult, and it's very effective for her to use the off-speed shot in that situation. We'll see what happens next year. Who knows what she'll be doing next year? She may be Paula next year. Who knows?
So it's for the players. How do you guys think this team this year differs from the team who played Washington in the same game last year?
I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of the players back. I mean, it's essentially the same team. Taylor's libero as opposed to Rachel, and then we have Kelsey Ortworth playing all the way around as opposed to Abby hitting right side. But other than that, I really don't think there is that big of a difference.
Yeah. People have stepped up where they need to step up too, and I feel like it's the same team, same heart and stuff. So.
Well, and if you ask Washburn, they'd say the same thing. you're having two quality programs compete against each other. And the players that are currently in the system have been through it. You know, Brady's a junior, but she's been through it for 4 years already. She knows the quality of the program that Washburn puts on the court. And then our responsibility as coaches and players on this team is to put a quality product out there. So it's really the institutions are playing each other, and you know, each player has their own little role in that, but the expectations for both programs are very high.
Coach, last one from me. How much fun do you have to compete against Coach Aaron?
I don't compete against the coaches. You know, in reality, my job is to put lineups out there and to make my team as good as I can. And he doesn't hit any balls in the game. I never get to serve. So for me, I don't get any satisfaction from beating another team's coach. I get satisfaction from our team having success at things that we've done and things that we practiced and allowing them the opportunity to have success. So it isn't about coaches versus coaches. At least I don't think so. And so for me, you know, I'm actually glad we're playing a team from our conference, because what that says about the quality of volleyball in our conference, you know, I thought Emporia State was slighted in terms of the selection. And I know all the different factors that are involved in it, okay? But I would have liked to have seen another team from our conference qualify for this tournament. And I'm more happy that we have two teams from our conference in the championship. Look, somebody from the MIAA is going to go to the national tournament. And that's good things for the volleyball that we're trying to create in this conference. And so, for me, it's really not me versus Chris. And it's just not. I really want these guys to succeed, and that's what I'm coaching for. So,
Thank you.
cool. Thanks, guys.